Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I'm here today to share a little bit of a bonus video for you. I mentioned when I was doing my hip kit review that I was going to keep all the products together and at some point challenge myself to use those same products in another layout. Well, it didn't take very long for me to take myself up on that challenge. It only took me a few days actually. So I came up with this Project Life spread. And these photos are actually from June of 2015. And they were some nice summery photos. And I liked a lot of the colors in the kit, as you obviously know. But I had these two cards left over. I only had two. They were two 3x4 cards. And I'm going to cut this one up and only take the part that's actually decorative. I just cut off all the white space around it. It was a horizontal card and I didn't have a place to really use a horizontal card because I had all my 4x6 pockets taken up with photos. So I just cut out the currently and it says date and I think it says date in September. So I'll take care of that in a moment. I'll cover that up with just a little bit of a paper strip. But I pulled out these recollections cards. It was one of those little packs that you could get in the Michael's $1.50 spot where it was $1.50 and you would get, I think it was like 8 or 10 3x4 cards, 4 or 5 4x6 cards, and then 2 sheets of stickers. Now I keep the stickers separately in my stash and I did not pull those out to use in this layout, but I did pull out the cards. I pulled out the 3x4 cards and the 4x6 cards. And the reason I did that is because they had that teal color and they have kind of a darker purpley color that somewhat matches the, in small amounts it looks navy. And it matches the blue on this polka dot card. So I like the polka dot card, but it just looks so bare to me. So I take this one 3x4 card and it says This Crazy Life, and I'm just trimming out the words and I'm going to make a filler pocket here. I go a little enamel dot crazy on this layout. You'll see that at the end, but I have enamel dots on every pocket, every card. I don't have 3 on every one of them, but I do use a good amount of them. So this layout actually takes the die cut package, and I use that a lot in this layout when I actually get to the point where I'm embellishing. So as I always do, I take a traditional Project Life card and I measure my 3x4 cards to make sure that they fit in the exact same size as those Project Life cards. Because I always use a Design A page protector for the major Project Life spreads in my album, I like to make sure that all of the pockets fit a regular Project Life card and that they line up perfectly. I don't like it when you have like the back side of another card peeking out. That just bugs me for whatever reason. And that's also the same reason why I use all of my 4x6 pockets. I keep the corners squared. So all the 3x4 cards in the middle, I'll have the rounded corners, and then all the 4x6 pockets on the outside have a white border and they have squared corners. So I print my photos with that white border, and then any pocket that's not a photo with a white border, I'll either trim down the card and add it to a white border, or I'll trim down the photo and mat it on white cardstock, whatever it is. If for some reason I had missed printing that photo with a white border, I'll make it fit. So the top 2 photos are just of Kaylin enjoying a popsicle on our porch one hot summer day. The 2 photos in the middle of the page are of my sister and my brother-in-law. This is when she was pregnant, and these are just some really pretty pictures of them out one afternoon. And then the bottom 2 photos are when we were down in Charlotte visiting my mom for a few days. There's a picture on the left is us in the pool with my sisters or my older sister and her son, and then us, and then the bottom right photo is that same trip down to my mom's house, and she's explaining something about some plant in her garden to Kaylin, and it's just kind of a picture of them looking at the plant. And there's kind of it's not white space, but there's a lot of open space to the left of them in that photo, and I'm going to use one of the larger die cuts from the die cut pack and embellish that. This is a fairly simple layout, not a whole lot. It's more so just the photos and then embellishing a little bit. I don't have a title card because this is not the first spread in this portion of my album, and then all of the die cuts and everything were already together, so it's just really easy to flip through and find things that work. I also use a few of the little paper strips that I cut off. I always try to use those if at all possible, and I add a little bit of journaling here. So I'm going to use this large gold Today die cut. I really like it because it almost blends into the background, but it's also very easy to see what it says. The gold just kind of fits well with the like the green and the brown in the background because it's in her garden. So there's a lot of dirt and things in the background that you can see, but the Today stands out against that. And then my journaling is just on that little paper strip, like I said, and it just says in the garden with grandma. So it says Today in the garden with grandma. And then I add a little banner, just a little tiny piece of a banner that had been left in the die cut pack. Then the bottom left card with us in the pool just says currently this happened. And then that little strip that I put at the bottom is also going to hold a little bit of journaling, and it says in the pool at grandma's house. Some very basic things, but I thought, you know, it may not be evident in the future whose pool we're in. So I put that in there. And then also the same thing in the garden. It may not be clear what exactly they're looking at. So I just wanted to make sure that that was pretty clear. And then on this top one, I just create a little banner with one of the paper strips that was left, and it just says enjoying a cold popsicle on a hot day. And that die cut pack really is what embellished this layout. There's not a whole lot else that I use, except for I use a few of the little 3 of the chipboard hearts. And then I use, of course, like I said, I go a little enamel dot crazy. I wanted to include a little bit of yellow on here because I use that die cut at the top that says it's a beautiful day on the other picture of Kaylin with the popsicle. And so I needed to make sure that I had some yellow throughout the rest of the page, and that's where those little the yellow enamel dots really come into play. And then I'm going to use this week card to do a little bit of journaling, and you'll be able to see that in the photos at the end. That pretty much finishes this one up. Very simple, but I felt like I had so much left in the kit that I needed to make sure that I can make at least one more layout with it. I was challenging myself to make at least one more layout with it, and I did, and I probably could make more, but at this point I'm going to go ahead and disperse all the kit supplies into my stash and just be very happy with the layouts that I did make. I really enjoyed working with that kit, and I still have plenty of supplies that I can continue to use. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like this video, and stay tuned because the Citrus Twist kit is going to be rocking and rolling here for you guys really, really soon. All right, have a good day. Bye.